Peace, what it do, y'all? It is me, Nikki C, in the place to be. It's divine perfection. Y'all know all that, what it is and what it ain't. So, what's good? It's been a minute. I ain't got on here and spoke in a minute to y'all. I'm still doing the same work I always been doing, which is raising the frequency in the universe. Y'all know what I do every day on a daily basis. That's what I'm doing. I'm clearing the grids. You know what I mean? So I'm just chilling. It's been a minute. I've been looking at everything that's going on. There's a lot going on with the frequencies, period. And what's going on is we finding out every day who's who. A lot of things are coming out in the forefront, and it's up to us to see what's really going on. And a lot of people still don't know what's going on. So it's like I'll be in the matrix every day until I get back home. But I did find that a lot more people are aware. They are being more aware, but it's still a lot of people that's stuck. And what do we do? Shit. I just don't be having time to be talking about stuff that is irrelevant. The things that are irrelevant, and you gonna try to tell me that I need to be on that frequency? I think not. I'm not gonna be on that frequency. I'm not going backwards. I've already excelled and went beyond, above and beyond what's going on. So I mean, there's just stages to this thing, and some people are privy to information and some are not. That's what I'm going to say. And someone said tonight, which was very, very, uh, it was very it needed to be said that, there's no need to kick it with people who ain't on your same frequency because what are you going to get from them? Except held back. And that's not the kind of talk I want to have. I don't want to be on some whole other type of shit that ain't even finna move me in a new direction. You're taking me back decades, and I don't think we need to be talking about that. Like, really, it's just hard for people to get out of that old way of thinking. It's just hard for them to realize that what we thought was is not. You know, and I just say a lot of times, I don't need to really be focusing on what Trump is doing and all this other stuff. I think I need to stay more focused on what I'm doing and what I can do and push that agenda instead of letting all this other stuff distract me. What's up, Clarendon? I just came here and started running my mouth. What's up? What? I can't believe you. You received a call, my butt. Unfortunately, you received a call. So it's all good. But I was just saying that, on my way of thinking, I think a lot different than a lot of people. Everybody want to be doom and gloom and want to be pushing the fear tactics, fear mongering and all this stuff. I don't have time for that. Like I done been too far to be being in fear now. Why am I gonna be in fear now? Seriously, hell, I'm embracing everything. Whatever the changes are, we just gonna have to embrace those. You know what I mean? That's just how it go. Like, It's just mostly the unknown. I think that people have. They be so afraid of change. Sometimes change is good. We have to do changes. We have to make the changes, the necessary changes to move to a different level in life. Things are never meant to stay the same. And I think I've been living my life like that the whole time. That's why it's not that bad. It don't be phasing me to change. It don't phase me. I don't be wanting to change. Nobody, I don't think nobody really wants to, but when you do it so many times, like it's something that you might have to need to embrace because what it is the fear of the unknown. When you fear what is unknown and you don't necessarily know you don't know what's going to happen, and that's what the fear is. People are afraid of not the unknown, and you can't be afraid. You just got to go with it. Let the universe take you. Hey, serious. Hell to the no. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put this link in here. See if my buddy, my good buddy, will come up and talk to me. Thank you. I love it. All on the highest plane possible. A series of supreme gifts bestowed. There we go. There go one of my four pillars right there. Yeah, I get stuck too, but you know what? I have to shake out of it. You have to. You have to come out of that way of thinking. You gotta really just embrace what the universe has to offer to you. We stop ourselves half of the time. And you know what else stops us? The distractions. The distractions of are you on stage? Serious. Are you up here? I don't even know what I just did. But, you know, we're afraid of it, of the changes. And the distractions also come and then we can't even focus on the things we wanted to do in the first place. So that's big. It's a big obstacle to overcome. It's all good if you can't come up here either, serious, because I ain't coming on here to stay for a long time, just a good time. Hmm. So when you don't purchase StreamYard, which I'm not going to be purchasing StreamYard right now because I'm not using it enough to just be giving them money. Then they went up on the damn price. Then they want you to get this full loaded package. I don't even use it enough to even get anything. It's so unnecessary just to be able to show my logo and all my stuff. They tripping. Yep, I've been talking to some of the homies here and there. UEP was good the last time. I don't know if I've been on here since I talked to him and a few other people from the HOTC. Shout out to the HOTC. We still out here doing, moving and shaking, still doing the work. I think Brother Noof just graduated from his class, y'all, which is a good thing. So everybody's still moving in a positive direction, regardless of the circumstances. and the stuff in LA, y'all. I know y'all remember the time when I did a talk about the PMB Rock incident when he came into LA without checking in. I never knew if he checked in or not. I kept saying that was the wrong Roscoe's, that he didn't need to go to that one. But really what's going on is he didn't check in. And they knew that he didn't check in, and they knew where he was because they were updating on social media about the whereabouts of where they were going to be. So these people basically was there on the scene with him, on the scene with where he was. So that was why they were able to get him like that. And so now everything that's going on in LA is showing that they were conspiring against people when they were coming into town, telling them that they had to check in. So they were bullying them into paying them money. And not only that, it was even more shit to where they were basically extorting people that were in sports and all this stuff, making money off of them. And so all of this stuff is coming out, and that's why it's another Rico. I believe it's the making of another Rico, which they like to do to people, get them caught up with all these different crimes, and then they're caught up. And these people don't realize this, and these are the frequencies that's going on. That's why the name of the title was saying frequencies, because I did want to talk about the different type of frequencies that are being going on. We got these people coming on social media talking about their intricate details of what they do. And so what is happening is people are hearing them saying all this stuff and not even know, just regular people, the FBI listening in on all this stuff they saying on here. So it ended up to be that these people probably had something to do with Nipsey's murder and all type of unsolved type of crimes that they've been doing and extorting people. And there was a young man found in the desert because of some lyrics that he spit, which were basically called diss lyrics. He did a diss track and he came up missing. And when they found him in the desert. And only one person knew where he was. So I don't even know how they thought they was getting away with this. I really don't. And all I know is in the penitentiary, you're going to have to answer to somebody about all that. Because they don't play that shit. These people that are already there, they're not going to be playing about this. So it's just a lot going on. And it's just more and more. And it's like, I knew this clout chasing shit was going to really get people in trouble. I knew it. Wanting to be famous and all this shit. Trying to get views. This was what this was all about. Getting views. And getting views went bad because this is what people do. And we've been saying it over and over and over again here in this space. The activities that have been going on with these people, finding ways to get views. Because people think this is an easier way to make a living. Let's face it, guys. People think if they can just sit in front of a camera all day, that's a more glamorous way of getting money than going out, working a regular 9 to 5 or getting another kind of career. They think this is the best way out of it. And they're willing to do just about anything to make it to that. And it's, to me, it's really not worth it to compromise you and your self worth and your morals and standards just to be a part of this bullshit. Straight up. I've been on YouTube for about 7 years or more when I started my channel. I started my channel. I've been on here longer than that, but I started my channel for real about 7, 8 years ago. And I started off to a good start. I think if I would have kept up the momentum, channel would have been lit. However, I'm not willing. I was never willing to compromise everything just to get a view, go back and forth with people, and all the things that people do, create narratives. That was one of the damn things that this nigga Wax said. Oh, we just was making a narrative. Nigga, is that what y'all doing now? Is this what we doing now? We making narratives. And so you're just as much a part of the problem as all these other fake ass people with these narratives. This it's the same shit. So this frequency itself has been running dormant, not dormant. It's been running rampant, and people have been running the same play. And so it had made it to the street thugs. They trying to run the same play, and it just cost them a lot. Looking at it, it's really costing them a whole lot right now. We got 3 different people in jail right now, all because people want to be on here talking about their personal stuff for real and telling what they really be doing. And it's like, I can't stand a chance trying to tell about self love and all this. I can't even stand a chance with the stuff I'm talking about. My stuff ain't going nowhere but in one ear and out the other, and people are not clicking on those kind of videos. They clicking on all this drama. And so what I've noticed is people like Tasha K and all these people who keep up the messy shit, they the ones who got all the views. Period. They have all the views. So the longer you can keep people engaged with the drama, the more views you will get. You can't come on here talking about, let's have self-awareness day, or let's talk about mindfulness, or let's talk about emotional intelligence. They don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear about the things that matter in life and that can help them along the way. They want to talk about the drama stuff. So that is why everything that's going on is going on. Because people want the money, which the money is not even a real thing. We talked about that. We've talked about that. It's just a construct. But the real currency is you. You are the real currency. But when you start not realizing that and you want to keep chasing that paper, the fake thing, that's how you get in these issues and problems that these people have now embarked upon. The issues that they're dealing with is because of the chasing of that paper money, the thing that's not real, the thing that can't do anything without you, the thing that if you put it in one spot, it's going to stay there until you get it. If you walk away from it and leave it there for 20 years and come back, it'll still be there. So think about that. Think about your value. Think about what type of frequency you want to put out and show the world. What type of frequency would that be? What do you want to be known for? You want to be known for, oh God, that was crazy. So, what are you going for? That's what I was on. You want people to end up knowing you for being a drama person or someone who did all these things just to get views on YouTube, or do you want to be known for something real? At the end of the day, it's your choice on how you want to be presenting yourself. And these people presented themselves in one way, and that's pretty much why they had the same that outcome that they have right now. None of this shit was cute. Telling people they had to check in when they come to California, pressuring them, making them spend all this money so they could be safe and keep the pieces of jewelry that they want to wear on their necks on and all this stuff. That's not fair, because how would we like it if we went somewhere to another place and we had to check in? What if that was going on everywhere and everybody from California, when you go somewhere, you're in danger because you're from California or wherever you're from? If it was like that anywhere, that wouldn't be too cool. I don't want to have to go through shit like that. You should be able to go wherever you want to go, and as long as you're not doing anything wrong, you should be straight. Why should you have to do all this checking in stuff? That was all a setup to get money. So if you don't check in with us, we're gonna make sure you get robbed. That's what it was. That's truthfully what it was. It was like, if you ain't checked in with us and you coming over here to do some filming and all this, we're gonna mess it up for y'all. We're gonna come over here and rob everybody over here. And next time you'll know better. We're gonna make some money one way or another. We're gonna take your money or you're gonna pay us to not rob you. And that's pretty much what it was. And I really don't know a lot about the whack side of the story. I just know that he did a lot of talking and saying things and then tried to go back on his word and say someone told him that and he thought it was fake. How do you, as a man, repeat something and you don't even know if it's facts? You don't know if it's factual information, but you repeating it, talking about you thought it was a narrative, and that's what we do, and we run a narrative. That don't even sound real itself. So I'm over all this dumb shit, and it's just like we just make ourselves look bad. People make themselves look bad, and at the end of the day, I mean, we got to do better than this because our community is suffering because of these same fucking things. These very things is making us suffer. We can't even hold each other down. I've been talking about this for years. We don't have a pot nor a window, but we gonna go around and rob people. The very people that's our people. We gonna, cause they got a little money in their pocket. We gonna tell them if they don't check in, we're gonna rob them. Instead of coming together and finding a way to keep the kids safe and do everything we were supposed to be doing. And even these motherfuckers still, they have something to do with the sex trafficking and shit too. This is that shit I've been talking about for years. Just like when I said what I said a long time ago. People are involved in things that we don't even fucking know about. And we should not be connected to any of this shit. And now all is full circle again. All this shit is just everything is connecting the dots. We're connecting every dot. And all the dots are leading it back up to the same ass shit. And we people are not taking care of our community. We're not taking care of ourselves, and nobody else is going to take care of us either. So it's up to y'all. It's up to us to fucking do what we're supposed to do for our people and our community. We're not going to be able to last if we can't get it together. I'm doing my part. I'm doing everything I can to be a part of the rebuilding and the restructuring of our community in any way that in form or fashion that I can. And it's just up to us to take the initiative. And if we can't do that, then hey, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it is, you know. Everybody's so busy worrying about Trump and what Trump gonna do and all this shit. But at the same time, y'all don't take care of each other. So Trump can do what the fuck he wanna do because we don't have no type of foundation. Period. So it is what it is. I get tired of hearing those stories. I get tired of all that shit that's going on. We got people worrying about all this shit, but you could be with somebody every day and work with a person every day, and you are not even concerned about if that person is really okay. You're not even worried about it. So at the end of the day, we got to really check ourselves and take a look at us and stop trying to point fingers at people because it's sad to even see all this stuff go down. And when Nip was in LA, Nip was trying to make a big change. He wanted shit to change. He didn't want no longer for these children to come up and become what he had become because he was a very intelligent man. He didn't have to go that route. He could have just stayed in his books and did something different, but he ended up in that gang life. And then when he got out of it, he saw what he could do to influence others to go in a different direction. And he was going to have a meeting with the LAPD for the gang intervention program. But they didn't want that to happen. They wanted to come in because he was going to put a stop to all that shit that was they was doing. All this checking in shit. He was going to put a stop to all that because they were going to get in there and get to the people, to the youth, and get to the gang members and get them to start turning over a new leaf, which would in turn help the community. Somebody got to care at some point, or else it's not going to be anything we could say about anything. We ain't got no leg to stand on. Period. And I'm Nikki C, aka Divine Perfection, aka Khalifa. Ahala.